The right mindset is the only thing that can get you through life. Today, we're looking into how to unlock more of your potential with a great book by David Goggins called You Can't Hurt Me. This is another episode of Books on Fire. Most of us don't know that we're in a battle, and our minds have the tactical advantage. They truly know us inside and out, our every fear, our every insecurity. We don't really know our minds. David says we need to create an indispensable mental toolbox, and it has to come from practice and repetition, not from theory. We have to face our effed up lives, and there's no one coming to rescue us. There's no one coming to support us. Most of the time, we face it alone. The reason we would want to do this, David Goggins believes that we're here for a reason, to rise above our excuses and weakness and become hard and achieve what we really want. David said he's here to help us unlock our true potential, and that you can be born in the sewer and still become the baddest mother expletive on earth. But you gotta own your life. The mission is to be a better you, and don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're finished. So who are we? And what are we capable of? It's not about motivation, which doesn't last and doesn't change things. He actually says it changes absolutely nothing. Self-help hacks won't rewire your brain to perform better. You have to fall in love with pain and struggle and transform yourself into the best that you can be. David says that we're all probably living at around 40% of our true selves. He mentions an MIT professor who was giving a speech. He was invited to speak at this MIT graduation, and there was a professor before him who was speaking a little bit about the mental ceiling that limits our success and our ability to achieve. But someone from the audience yelled out to David and said, "David, what do you think of that?" And he said, "I think it's bullshit." He said that you can set all kinds of records and achievements that are way above your mental ceiling. There's something to be said about living it instead of just studying it. But it's going to take a lot of heart, will, and an armored mind. Heraclitus said that out of every 100 men on the battlefield, 10 don't even belong there at all. 80 of them are just sitting ducks. 9 of them are doing a lot of the work. They're the real fighters, and we're lucky to have them. But one of them is the warrior. And he's inviting us into that mental state, the state of the warrior. It's up to you to master your mind. Your mind is the battlefield where many thoughts, many ideas, notions, insecurities, they're all taking place there. And there's certain things that can fuel your metamorphosis that we would never think could actually be fuel. Poverty, obesity, stupidity. These are the types of things that can actually get us to take massive action. So get ready. It's time to go to war with yourself. When you're driven and obsessed, nothing can stand in your way. There are challenges at the end of each chapter, and they're specifically designed to move the needle in your life from weakness to hardness, from talk to action. I hope this clip of the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins has increased your interest in learning more about transformation and the metamorphosis that each of us need to go through in order to become what we really want to be, and going way beyond our mental ceiling. I hope this has inspired you to maybe get the book. If you enjoyed the video and you want to learn more about the techniques and lessons that are at the end of each chapter, I started working on one of them. One of them was list out your insecurities, your goals, and your dreams on little Post-its and stick them up on a mirror. And that's the mirror where you reconcile you with your daily action, your behaviors, your habits, your ways of thinking. And you get closer and closer to matching your action and your thought world to what is needed in order to create the you that transcends. And so I looked at a couple of things, like one of them was manhood, and not fully understanding that it's hard to be a man when you can't control your thoughts very well. And so I've been digging in and reading and learning and practicing. I went on a run the other day, and it was so hard to get the distance that I got out of myself, but I wanted to remain relaxed the whole time. But the entire time I'm running, there were thoughts being triggered. Your metabolism is going to go up if you run too much. Your right knee is going to give you problems, and you got a lot of steps to climb. You're not wearing the right shoes. Your shoes aren't new enough. I mean, there's too many miles on them. Thought after thought after thought kept interrupting this flow that was happening in my life. And each time the thought would come in, there would be resistance and tension in me. But as soon as I addressed it and said, I hear you, I hear what you're saying, it's okay, These shoes are going to be fine today. We can get some new ones. Right now is all we're concerned with. And are we out running? Yes. Do we want to be relaxed while we run? Yes. It was such a strange thing to deal with those voices, because I've been running so many times. I've run 13, 15 miles, and which isn't a lot compared to, most people out there. But for me, it's a lot. I've got injuries on both knees from doing staircases and building staircases for years, climbing thousands and thousands of flights of stairs a week. So it takes its toll. It was a big thing to overcome the voices in my head. And I never knew how sincere we have to be about listening to each of them, connecting with each voice and saying, I hear you. I hear you. It's all good. And just keep moving forward. If you enjoyed this book, there's a link below to get it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you aren't subscribed already, then please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.